I delivered a stillborn baby and I feel like my husband is relieved. I'm scared to even admit that, but that's how I feel. I'm here on Reddit because I don't want to accuse him without being 100% sure, and I don't want to ask my sister or friends because I'd hate to be wrong and them think differently of him. So, here it is. I got pregnant last April, and it was a complete surprise. My husband and I have been married 2 years, but we weren't planning on having kids for at least another 2 years or so. However, when I got pregnant, we decided to have our baby. Everything was perfectly fine for 32 weeks of my pregnancy. I was as healthy as you can be, so was the baby. We were having a girl. We picked out her name, made her a nursery. I was so happy and excited to be a mom. My husband was a little less than excited, although he was still supportive. He made a few offhanded comments about how we aren't ready. My husband is a doctor, so he tends to work a lot, and I'm not sure that he thought he could handle being a dad. He still did everything though, from tying my shoes for me every morning to building her crib. He was nervous, yes, but still supportive. Well, a couple days after Thanksgiving last year, I had a checkup appointment. I was 32 weeks. My husband wasn't even with me. It was supposed to be so routine. I had low amniotic fluid, I think, so they did an ultrasound. When they did, my doctor found that my baby no longer had a heartbeat. I was absolutely devastated. They induced me the same day, and I gave birth to a stillborn baby. 2.5 hours of labor and pushing, and I don't remember much of it except for my husband telling me it was okay to want to hold her and just sobbing my eyes out when they gave her to me and she wasn't crying. I also remember my husband leaving the room for a while, and my nurse sitting with me to comfort me. I went home and I've been crying for weeks. Yesterday would have been my due date. Postpartum without a baby is just horrible. All I wanted was to be a mom. However, I've been noticing my husband isn't even concerned. First of all, he hasn't shown the slightest of sadness since the hospital. He dealt with all of the hospital issues and memorial issues and never shed a tear. He took down her nursery the very next day. He didn't even ask me. He keeps telling everyone who asks, "We're doing great." I am not doing great. He might be, but not me. And when I cry, all he ever tells me is, "It's okay, everything happens for a reason." He didn't even remember that yesterday was her due date, and that crushed me. The icing on this horrible cake was when I overheard him talking on the phone to my mother, who had called when my husband thought I was sleeping. He told her, "She's okay, she's taken it harder than me. I'm doing fine, thanks." It just doesn't seem like he even cares. He cares about me, yes, but not the fact that our baby isn't home with us. He just carries on like normal. When he sees me crying, he rubs my back but doesn't ever even talk to me. I feel so alone in this. Does my husband even care? How to even ask him this question without seeming so accusatory? Follow or subscribe.